What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. So good to have you here. We got a lot to cover this week. James Gunn gives us or shoots down some casting rumors for Clayface, uh, possible Spider-Man 4 timeline. Margot Robbie's Wuthering Heights gets casting updates, and Keanu Reeves' comic book adaptation gets a director. All that and more this week on the Zone News. Let's go. So, as you all know, it's been announced, or maybe you don't know, James Gunn has greenlit and the film Clayface. Definitely not in production yet. They haven't even worked out a deal with the director yet, but definitely going full speed ahead on this film. Well, there were some rumors that came out about who was going to be playing Clayface, and James Gunn is setting the record straight. Let's take a look. Okay, this is coming from superherohype.com. There's Daniel Radcliffe. It says James Gunn shoots down Daniel Radcliffe DCU casting rumors. So James Gunn has set the record straight regarding a recent DCU Clayface casting rumor. Earlier this week, Jeff Snider's The Insider reported that Harry Potter's Daniel Radcliffe might be one of the names that DC Studios is considering to cast in the live action Clayface movie. Snyder stressed that nothing was official at the time of publication and that the readers should know that this is just a rumor at this stage, albeit a credible one. So, what did James Gunn say? As we confirmed the other day, we're closing a deal with James to direct. He posted on Threads. Because we don't have a director yet, we haven't even started the casting process. Daniel is great, but we certainly haven't talked to or considered him. So this one is 100% false. It was recently announced that the Clayface movie will be directed by James Watkins, who recently helmed the 2024 Speak No Evil remake. Watkins' filmography also includes 2008's Eden Lake, 2012's The Woman in Black, which starred Radcliffe, and 2016's Bastille Day. The script for Clayface comes from Mike Flanagan. No casting has been officially announced at this time, although, along with debunking the Radcliffe rumor, Gunn recently said that Alan Tudyk won't be starring in a titular role in the movie. Tudyk voices Clayface in DCU Creature Commando series, as well as the animated Harley Quinn show, which is set outside of the DCU. Clayface is a Hollywood horror tale centered on a B movie actor who injects himself with a substance to keep himself relevant, only to find out that he can reshape his face and form, becoming a walking piece of clay. The Hollywood Reporter previously said of the movie's plot. So, if you follow me, you know I'm really excited about this, especially with it being, a horror film, if you will, and it just sounds like they're going to take this really seriously. And Clayface is could be a really dope Joker ish type film where it's solely about a man and what he goes through and how he goes from who he was to essentially being a bad guy, and then following up with him possibly being in the rogues gallery for the DCU version of Batman. So I'm excited about all this, and I gotta say, Daniel Radcliffe would not be a bad choice. I mean, he's a great actor, but they do have to get this right. They do have to get the casting right for this to be as good as it can be, especially it being essentially a horror film. I wonder who they're going to cast. Maybe it is Daniel and James Gunn is just trying to avoid any leaks right now. Who knows? But I am excited, and I hope they do get this right. And I feel they will, because James Gunn, one thing that he does very well is casting, for sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Spider-Man 4 is coming. We know it. We know Tom Holland is involved, and I can't wait for it. I love the Spider-Man trilogy, and I love the way it ended, essentially with the world not knowing that Spider-Man was Peter Parker, and all that wonderful stuff and who Peter Parker was. Um, so I am looking forward to Spider-Man 4. With that being said, now we might know exactly, not exactly, but rumors about what to expect with Spider-Man 4. Let's take a look. Okay, this is coming from superherohype.com. Says rumor Spider-Man 4 will be direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday. So Marvel Studios Spider-Man 4 may serve as a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday, according to recent rumor. Marvel and Sony are currently developing a fourth Spider-Man movie, which is currently scheduled for July 26th. Sorry, July 2026. Its release date is roughly 3 months after Avengers Doomsday hits theaters. Wow. So, according to industry insider Daniel Reichman, per comic book movie, Spider Man 4 is being developed as a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday. It will reportedly bridge the gap between Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, which arrives in 2027. This is only a rumor at this time, as Reitman's track record is mixed when it comes to breaking scoops. Marvel has not commented on the matter or released any official story details. So, how could Spider Man 4 be a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday? Should the rumor prove to be true, this could potentially mean that at least part of Spider Man 4 will take place on Battleworld, assuming that Avengers Secret Wars is directly adapting the Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribic storyline that launched in Marvel Comics in 2015. The comic storyline is into motion when Earth 616 and Earth 1610 crash into one another and create a planet called Battleworld, which Doctor Doom takes control of. This theory does, however, raise the question of how the ending to Spider Man No Way Home will be handled and if Avengers Doomsday will wrap the storyline up. But again, this is only rumors and theories at this time, as Marvel Studios has not released any specific plot information regarding Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Both of the new Avengers movies are being directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, also known as the Russo brothers, while Spider Man 4 is being helmed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who previously directed the 2021 MCU film Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Okay, so Spider-Man being a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday is dope. Uh I there has been a lot of Avengers Doomsday's news, actually more so than I like as a moviegoer, even though clearly, I try to do my research and hear news and provide it to you all. But if you notice one thing, obviously I don't do a scoops because I'm not a scooper, not yet. But also I don't like things being spoiled. You know what I mean? And I don't like things being spoiled for me. So I avoid a lot. So like I know there was leaked concept art, which led to people feeling like this is what they know what the story is about, and so on and so forth. And I didn't post any of that here, simply because, like I said, I don't like things being spoiled, so I try not to spoil things. But this uh, seemed interesting because it was about Spider-Man 4, and it being a direct sequel to Avengers means that even though Spider-Man 4 will be its own film, clearly the effects of Avengers Doomsday is going to have a major impact on Peter Parker's Spider-Man. And I'm really curious to know what that impact effect is, because if we're going to Secret Wars next, does it lead to Black Suit Spider-Man? There's so many different things in the comic books that my head is swirling around with thoughts and ideas of what Spider-Man 4 could potentially be about. However, one thing that gives me pause. A lot of people were hoping Spider-Man 4 would be like a grounded, more neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm not saying that couldn't still happen, but if it's a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday, if the rumors are true, I wonder if that could still happen. And I'm going to say no. If it's a direct sequel to Avengers Doomsday, I doubt you're going to get your grounded neighborhood Spider-Man film, especially if it's going to be what bridges the gap between the two Avengers movies. But What do I know? I'm not making these films. I'm just speculating. What do you all think of this news? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So this next story, I forgot all about. I forgot that this movie was coming out, and because of the fact that I wasn't really excited about the casting, although I have been wanting a new version of this movie to come out, a new adaptation for this movie to come out, and be done and done right, because I love the book, I love the story, I love the play. I've been in the play, or I've been in a play adaptation of this book, I should say. And so really want this to be good. And but when I heard the casting, I was kind of like, eh. But they're still adding to this cast, and that is the cast of Wuthering Heights. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is coming from comingsoon.net. The upcoming Wuthering Heights adaptation continues to round out its cast, with Variety reporting that several actors have been cast as the younger versions of the leads. So, who is young Kathy and Heathcliff in Wuthering Heights cast? According to Variety's report, Owen Cooper, a British actor who recently made his debut in Netflix's Adolescence, will play the role of the teenage Heathcliff, played by Jacob Elordi in the film. Uh, Charlotte Mellington, who most recently starred as Lavender in the West End production of Matilda the musical, will play the younger version of Margot Robbie's Catherine Earnshaw. Vi Nugent, who has also been cast in the upcoming movie and will play a younger Nellie Dean, played by Hong Chow, who serves as the main narrator for the story in the original novel. All three actors will be making their feature film debuts in the upcoming adaptation. So, as mentioned above, the Wuthering Heights adaptation will be led by Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. Other cast members for the film include Shazad Latif as Edgar Linton, Hong Chow as Nellie Dean, and Alison Oliver as Isabella Linton, excuse me. Along with directing, Emerald Fennell is also writing and producing the film, which will be her latest project following 2023's Saltburn and 2020's Promising Young Woman. The project is based on the legendary 1847 novel by English novelist and poet Emily Bronte, and will see Robbie and Elordi play Catherine Earnshaw and Heathcliff, respectively. Earnshaw and Heathcliff serve as the main two characters of the novel, which follows two families, the Earnshaws and the Lintons, and their relationships over the course of several years. Since its release in the mid 1800s, Wuthering Heights has been widely considered one of the greatest novels ever written. The book has countless adaptations, including film, TV, and stage versions of the novel. So, like I mentioned, I am a huge fan of this story. I'm a huge fan of the book. Yes, I read it. I'm a huge fan of the original film that came out decades ago. And I actually, I thought the Timothy Dalton one was okay. Um, I think there was a TV series. I feel like MTV or someone tried to make a young version of it. Um, I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right that there was like a MTV TV series of this. But anyways, I have been wanting to see a good version, like a really good version of Wuthering Heights that was like true to the book, because even the movies that have come out in the past weren't like really true to the book. And obviously, not everything when you make an adaptation can be adapted from novel to the film. But with that being said, like I said, I saw the casting and I was like, I'm not one for a lot of controversy, at least on this channel. People, talk about in the comments, but I do know there was some controversy with the casting of who's playing Heathcliff, because he doesn't really quite match the description in the book. Heathcliff is dark skinned and is essentially a gypsy, which is kind of why he suffers through some of the things he suffers through. And there are people who feel like nowadays we should try to match the characters to how they're written in the story. And I, for one, have always said I'm okay with actors not looking exactly like the character is when it has no effects on the story. But when an actor when a character's look, race, sex has a major implications in who they are in the story and how the story goes, then I'm like, don't change it, because now if when you change that, you're changing the entire direction of this character. And you know, we'll see how they do with this film, and what this actor does. But I do know there was some backlash because, again, this character doesn't necessarily match the description in the book. But who knows? Maybe this story will be great and he'll rock out and kill it. But I do know him being a gypsy, dark skinned character has major implications in the novel, so we'll see how that plays out in the film. But I love Margot Robbie, and I love these two characters, and I love the story. So obviously, I'm gonna check it out. I hope it's good. I forgot all about this. I'm so glad I saw this today. Anyways, what are y'all thoughts? Let me know in the comments. So a while back, Keanu Reeves co-created a comic book story called Berserker, and I remember posting about it here on this channel and saying I need to go get the book, and unfortunately, guilty as charged. I have not gone and got it yet, but I need to get it. But anyways, now the movie adaptation of his that story Berserker is coming out, and they have found their director. Let's take a look. All right, so this is coming from Joe Blow. It says, that looks so dope. So THR reports that the Fast and Furious director Justin Lin has been tapped to helm Berserker, the live action flick based on the comic of the same name, co-created by Keanu Reeves. Um, Berserker is a brutally epic saga about an immortal warrior's 80,000-year fight through the ages. The man known only as B is half mortal and half god, cursed and compelled to violence, even at the sacrifice of his sanity. But after wandering the earth for centuries, B may have finally found a refuge, working for the US government to fight the battles too violent and too dangerous for anyone else. In exchange, B will be will be granted the one thing he desires: the truth about his endless blood soaked existence and how to end it. How can you not want to read that? That sounds so crazy. Anyways, Reeves will star in Berserker and will also produce alongside Stephen Christie for Boom Studios, and Stephen Hamill for Company Films. Ross Ritchie and Justin Lin for Perfect Storm, and Mattson Tomlin penned the script for the movie. Netflix is also developing a Berserker anime series, let's go, which will expand the universe by exploring different elements of the story, with Reeves attached to voice his character. How dope is that? So yeah, I see why I got to get this right now. The article goes on to talk about how the series actually spans off for a 12 comics and a bunch of spin-off series, including a book that let me look it up. Keanu Reeves also wrote, called The Book of Elsewhere, with China Miéville. But it was 12 issues and several spin-offs and a novel. So the point is there is material there, but I got to get this comic. The story sounds crazy, and that just sounds like a freaking awesome movie or movies. And Keanu Reeves, this is right up his alley, right? And it's his character. So obviously he's going to know what to do and take this very seriously. Anyways, yeah, I'm in. That sounds dope. I might go pick this up today. I'll let you know. If you read the comics, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But otherwise, what do you think of this film being directed by Justin Lin? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Okay, we are huge Alan Ritchson fans over here, in around these parts. What he is doing with Reacher is freaking fantastic. Of course, I liked him in Titans as well, but in Reacher, forget about it. Season 3 is off to an amazing start. And of course, if you follow this channel, you know how much I loved season 1 and season 2. Big fan of his. Well, you know, it has been public record. He stated that he would love to play Batman, right? The Batman. Um, that was a while ago, and James Gunn debunked the thought of him being casted as Batman. But anyways, apparently this thing won't die. The internet won't let it die. People won't let it die, and it's a thing now. Let's take a look. All right, so this is coming from superherohype.com. It says Alan Ritchson addresses DCU Batman casting rumors. I don the suit. So Alan Ritchson hasn't been cast as Batman in the DCU. However, the Reacher actor would be willing to play the role without even getting paid. Rumors have circulated for months regarding who will play Batman, Bruce Wayne, and James Gunn in Peter Safran's DCU. While many have campaigned for Robert Pattinson's Batman to join the new shared universe, another name that continues to come up is Richardson. Richardson is best known for playing the titular character in Amazon Prime Video's Reacher series, while he also portrayed Hank Hawk in DC Universe's Titan series. So what did Alan Richardson say about playing the DCU Batman? This is from a new video shared by Wire. He said, "What's amazing to me about this rumor of the Batman or the Batman desire and the zeitgeist is the fact that James Gunn has personally announced publicly on his Twitter or X or whatever, LOL, he's not playing Batman. He is not Batman, and this thing will not die." I get asked every day if I'm playing Batman. Yeah, would I play Batman? Yes. Would I pay handsomely to be Batman? You wouldn't even have to pay me to be Batman. I would don the suit. Gotham is mine. Look at that. I don't even have to practice. It just comes out naturally. Ritson has made similar comments before. He told Hollywood Reporter last year, I would love to play Batman. There, I said it, okay? I'll shout it from the rooftops. I want to be Bruce Wayne. No official casting announcement regarding who will play Batman in the DCU has been made. It's also unclear when the character will make his first live action appearance in the DCU after having a small cameo in Creature Commandos. Although it is known that Andy Muschietti's The Brave and the Bold movie will feature the Dark Knight, the film does not yet have a release date. Now, to be clear, I am a huge, as I mentioned, Alan Ritchson fan. And could he play Batman? Yeah. Could he play Bruce Wayne? I don't know. I'm not against it. I'll just say that. I'm not against it. I have been pleasantly surprised by everyone who has donned the Batman cape and cowl from Michael Keaton, because I remember all the hoopla that was around Michael Keaton being casted as Batman. It was crazy. I remember those days. But anyways, from Michael Keaton all the way to Ben Affleck, I have been all the way down to Robert Pattinson. I have been pleasantly surprised by everyone who's donned the Batman costume. So with that being said, could he play it? I don't know, but they need to get it right. That's for sure. They need to get it right. I will say this: if you look at the Creature Commandos, and I know it's a cartoon, but the Batman that made its debut in that cartoon is built like Alan Richardson. That's for sure. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that's the route they're going, but he was built like him. What do you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor. If you like the content, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe. And hit that little alarm button as well so you can get alerted whenever I post new content. And also, do me a favor, share with other people who you think would like this content as well. We have a big goal of 1,000 subscribers we're trying to get to, and we need your help. Appreciate it. Till the next one. Peace.